This is going to be a quick one. Because we have places to go, people to see.
Yeah.
And,
you have places to see and people to go.
Yeah. And you know what yesterday was in a racing sense?
Mm.
It was like a napkin that got a little bit too wet.
And you know what they say about wet napkins, Hutch?
They're fucking useless.
Oh man, yeah, it was a day to forget.
It was character building.
Yeah, some are calling it the most famous bloodbath in history.
Fuck.
Worse than anything that's ever happened before.
Oh my god.
Do you know what though? There's the silver lining I took out of yesterday was witnessing Matthew Dolab drinking Sauv Blanc from 11:30 a.m. until Kingdom Come. I couldn't believe it what I was seeing.
Oh.
So to paint the picture, drifters, our good friend of the podcast, the Morfettville Mafia himself, Isaac Davis, a.k.a. Corbo, a.k.a. Corno. It was his bucks on the weekend. We had a private room at Eagle Farm, which was brilliant.
It was fantastic.
It was good. Very well air-conditioned. And we had a drinks package, but Dolab is celiac, so he can't have normal beer. He typically drinks, gluten-free beer, ginger beer, cider, and the likes of. But as part of the drinks package, there was no cider, there was no ginger beer. So he just went straight for the Sauv Blanc. He went straight for it. But there wasn't an iota of victimhood from him either.
No, he went, he's like, these are the cards I've been dealt.
Yeah.
And this is how I need to play it. Now, I reckon, conservatively, he would have had 2 bottles of Savvy Bean.
Yeah, conservatively.
And he was holding his own, mate. I didn't think he was that pissed at all.
No, he wasn't that pissed. Like, he clearly, he had a few, but just... And the amount of people who said to him, like, "Oh mate, surely we can just, ask the supervisors to bring like a 6-pack of cider up." He was like, "No, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine with this. You're right. These are the cards have been dealt. This is an act of God.
Yeah.
Who am I to challenge that?" That was incredible. But yeah, I feel like I've been marinating in a bath of alcohol for weeks now. And I feel like if there was an open flame around, I would burst into said flames.
Well, you might just actually explode next week. Because this is your last week as a single man. Single man.
Yeah, mate.
Countdown's on.
The countdown is on. Getting married next week. Yeah. Shit. Plenty of winners to find between then and now.
Well, day one of the championships. So we can put, for the next half an hour, that's what we're going to aim for. Because there's not much to remember, let's be honest.
No.
Started Friday night. We're at the footy, and the bloody lights went out at the Gabba. Bizarre scenario.
Bizarre. Particularly because it happened relatively recently. It's just like, sort it out.
Like, surely there's a backup generator you can invest in.
Surely.
I'm no Sparky, though.
Yeah, surely they have a battery pack somewhere.
Yeah. A couple of double A's.
Hey, mate, you finished charging your phone? We actually need to power the stadium. Oh, they've got the old iPhone charging port, not the new one. This one's useless. Yeah, that was bizarre. Good win by the Lions. I think you can forgive them for the waterfall of goals from the D's at the end of the game.
It's not really an excuse, right? But they were 40 points up with half a quarter to go. And the Lions were following protocol.
Yeah.
And apparently the D's were on the ground warming up. I was like, well, how is that fair?
Yeah.
So, but they should have kept kicking away. But, it's just a weird scenario. Yeah. So it's like,
forgive.
If you get away with the 4 points, you're happy.
Especially
after they got fucking rickrolled by...
They were pathetic against
but
the
they
power.
were very, very good. I was very impressed. Will Ashcroft is a fucking stud.
He's a stud. He's an alpha male.
Yeah.
And, any bloke with a hairline like that and a flowing mullet, can have some of mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm jealous.
I only hope to meet him in the off season at a pub, and hopefully he's whipping a couple home. I'm like, Will, I just want to come over, shake your hand, and just appreciate what you're doing.
Apparently, he doesn't miss on the form. Apparently, he's never backed a loser.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
There's been plenty of times when people thought he has, but there was a protest.
Yeah,
in each of those races, and it was upheld.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that was a good result. Very bizarre on the Friday night. No lights at the Gabba, but it was just a bizarre weekend. I feel like I've been in some sort of time warp, and the wormhole started about Friday lunchtime, and I've just come out of it now.
Yep. Well, the William Reid was Friday night. Imperatriz sat midfield on a hot speed, and she was basically one of the only ones to actually run down the leaders all night. But she was set up by that red hot speed.
100%. We said on the podcast that ridden with a bit of cover, she'd be more effective. She got smothered in nicely in the race and just burst through and put into the sword. She's just a good horse, mate.
There's only one OP Bossum.
One OP Bossum. Yeah, comes over. Just a quick cash a check.
Yep.
See you later.
Gets suspended. Walks away with his middle fingers in the air. He's like, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care, bro. That's the biggest check he's cashed in years from one race.
Since Melody Bell.
Yeah. Because he's racing for pennies over there.
Yes, he got suspended, but I think he actually rode her a peach. He got to go on at least 400 from home, which is exactly what you want to need to do at the Valley. So, all credit to Opie there. Australia Cup. Now, they rolled along in front here, which we did not anticipate at all.
No.
They went 11 lengths quicker than standard to the 800 metres.
Oh, mate, I think we need to delete that footage from the podcast and never speak of it ever again. The worst analysis you've ever heard.
Well, it was one of the worst Group 1s we've ever seen. We would both have significant... We have an omelette on our face right now with that Cascadian.
Oh, mate.
Fucking hell.
We could be quoted during the week on the podcast saying he's the best horse in the race.
Yep. Then why the fuck didn't we back him?
Oh, mate. Do you know what, though? If I was presented with that exact same race and another 10 times and all the horses had the exact same form with the exact same gaits, I don't think I would have tipped Cascadian on top.
Yeah.
I just don't think I would have because, But he was the best horse in the race and he had a wicked finish. There's not much I want to take out of that race, though.
So, Campionessa gets a run, and you were saying to us yesterday that you had a bit of a strut going on.
I was arrogant. So she finally gets into the field. And you had someone too at 26 responsibly with Neds.
Well, I was playing golf on Friday.
Yeah.
And I reckon I must have got there 5 minutes after Moanga was scratched, and I sent you the text message immediately.
Chee-hoo!
I was like, Moanga scratched in capitals. So I had $10 in there. I was like, well, that's going on her because she's not going to start $26.
She started $9 maybe.
So Over's God was merciless all day.
He refused to use any lubricant on something yesterday.
What a prick.
Oh, such a prick. But no, yeah, so when she was sort of sitting midfield and Opie started revving her up, and she was actually alongside Cascadian down the Flemington straight, and I was feeling arrogant. I was like, I'm better. She just didn't kick at all.
No.
She ran a very respectable 5th or 6th.
Yep.
But it was, and this was after the Vinery as well. And I was thinking, this is the best form in the race. I can't believe my luck. Can't believe it. Yesterday was not my day, Hutch. It was not my day.
Well, mate, she ran better than Bankmore. Jai quoted after the race, didn't handle the backup. No shit.
Yeah, we were saying on the podcast, he had a real easy run. Would have bounced out of that last week. Apparently, it was a tough run.
Yeah.
If that's all he can muster, Bankmore, I'm never backing him again. That was absolutely horrific. But yeah, Cascadian, well found by a lot of people, and rightly so. We clearly missed that one, even though the trigger was literally right in front of our faces.
Yes, the Vinery. You were bullish on Campionessa. I was bullish on Pavitra when the rain did not hit Rosehill.
Oh, no.
Holy shit. When that thing came up a good 4, I'm like, you're fucking kidding me.
It's Christmas.
But she ran very well, but she ran into an absolute jet in prowess.
She's a good horse, mate.
When the trainer comes out, he's found a few good ones.
Yeah.
This is the best horse I've ever trained. Then, okay, play on. Fair game.
Okay. When you're putting away the older horses in a Group 1, over, I don't think 2,000 metres is a distance, mate, either. And then she comes over here and against her own age, own sex, and she balanced up. I thought it was going to be a tug of war between her and Pavitra down the straight, but she's a good filly.
Pavitra needs further.
Prowess isn't going to the Oaks, is she?
No.
Oh, well, Pavitra's got to start. What odds on favourite in that? You think?
Yeah, you'll win it back in the Oaks.
Cheer baby. No, yeah. That was the easiest quinella in history.
Paid $2.20.
Yeah.
Better off just backing her on the nose.
Yeah, exactly.
Tancred, fuck me dead.
God.
Arapaho.
Oh.
He had the explosive Jack form line.
he sure did.
I was bullish. I was very bullish on explosive Jack. But when the rain didn't come, I didn't continue to truckload him. I had a big bet on him, but not something crazy.
Yeah.
More on the place than to win because he was in a 1x3 price all day. Market loved him. He was $27 into 17s. But yeah, he was just no hope at all.
No, he was a non-factor, unfortunately.
Yeah. Montefilia nearly fell over at the 600.
Yeah, she did. So she did really well to gather herself up, and unfortunately, I think you run that race again, and she probably wins. But she's also good at finding a placing. So that was just my day encapsulated in a single race.
Yep. Cleveland was a fantastic 3,200 metre trial.
Geez, he's going to be hard to beat in the Sydney Cup with 50 kilos on his back, mate.
Yes, mate. And tell you what, that Steinem race from Melbourne is starting to really have a whiff about it. Real bad one. Starting to stink it up.
A little stinky.
Gold Trip. You probably don't want a race run that hard first up for a resuming stayer. You probably just want him to really get into their gears. But I'm also not a horse trainer.
Yeah. I'd trust the Mara Eustace camp. Oh, I just think
he just looks flat.
Yeah.
Cutting the ground. I don't know.
I don't have the answers with him.
Steinem was pretty bad in the Australia Cup too.
Was too. Yeah.
Keats was really poor in the All-Star Mile, but he also started 100 to 1. So
yeah. So I don't know, mate. The Tancred had that sort of stench about it that something was going to pop up, like a Bjorn Baker thing, Arapaho, Canberra Cup form. Very happy for Rachel King though, because she's stuck true to a lot of Bjorn's horses.
Yep.
Does a lot of track work for him, so deserved reward,
yes.
Rachel. But I would never have backed you in a million years.
The horse ran 11th in the Melbourne Cup last year. I think it's just actually not a bad horse.
Oh no, I agree. I just would never in a million years would have found him. So when there's a result like that, you're just like, yeah, fair.
Play on.
Yeah. This is what it is. I just wouldn't have found you.
Yep.
Play on.
That's all the features. 2-year-olds. Bossy Nick dominated just off the speed. McAvoys have found a couple of good 2-year-olds here.
Yeah, they have.
V8 will be mighty hard to beat in the size.
I agree. Yep. I agree.
My on-top selection, Hell Queen, overs God again. 3.90 on the morning. Tick, thank you. Started about $2.60.
Yeah.
She ran a really unrespectable fourth. Just not even a factor.
I can't even remember. I backed the Hayes Boys thing in that, which didn't do much either.
No. In Sydney, Amur won just from this stablemate Inhibitions.
Geez, I was good for a second yesterday. I was good for it. You know what I should have done, actually, mate? I should have just done all the place bets. I should have just backed everything that I backed on the schnoz. Instead, just place the place bet on with Neds. Oh, that would have been so much more intelligent, mate. If only I had someone in my ear telling me to do that the entire fucking day.
It was character building in a couple of ways.
I tell you what.
Character building in a couple of ways.
I tell you what, there's a little crack in the window, and you know what breeze is rolling in? The victim breeze. And I'm trying to shut the window. Get down. Get down. Come on, it's all right. I'm all good. I'm all good. Plenty of horses left and back.
Fucking hell. The 3-year-olds, the Tulloch Stakes. I had zero opinion on this race, and rightfully so, because a Queenslander at $26 who had no form up here won at Tipple Doodle Doo or whatever its name was. I don't know.
13th start. This was his 14th start. The only race it had won prior was a Sunny Coast Maiden. What hope do we have?
I know. It was had that real feel about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on, Doodle.
What I need to do is show you some footage here. Not that one. Is it this one?
What's something that you've eaten
Not that
recently? There's 2 bets that you have in this race.
Not that one either.
Oh, no.
It was poor.
Oh, no. How's a lead time?
All right, here we go.
What you need was brilliant the other week. I was on for sure.
I was on.
He's still a nutcase. What you need.
He's a nutcase.
3-year-old colt, lightly raced, but
I agree with everything you said so
she's
far.
a Group 1 filly in waiting for me.
Don't agree with
and
that.
if she puts these away. I think she does run here too. I was 9.
Who is he?
Generous.
Never seen him before in my life.
Generous. I've got a high opinion of her, the way she put that field to the side.
Oh.
It's got class written all over it.
She's good. She's very good. I'm keen on what you need, though.
He makes some good
Taking
takes.
her on.
Yes, this guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, sure. You declare it because I'm winning.
It's
Pops off
so
to
poorly.
end the show next week or something.
I don't think anyone wants to see that.
Do you want me to just get a single nipple out or both?
So,
oh man. Look, I think she is still a very good filly, and I think she'll run in Group 1 races. She has been up for a while. That's the only.
nah, you know what I think it was? She was in the wrong part of the track. Like, if they were both on the same side, it would have been a ding-dong battle.
Yeah, which would have been brilliant to see, especially if she won.
Like, nothing really took her into the race. Like, What You Need had the absolute perfect run.
Yeah, but he's a good horse too.
He is very good. I think he just wins. As if you're going to follow him, my tips, but he's just going to win the Goodwood. He'll go over there.
Is that where he's going to?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I didn't realise that they had any racing in Adelaide though.
It's a good point you make. Out of all the 3-year-olds,
well done, Hutch. Well done.
of all the 3-year-olds, I think the one thing we can take away is that Sharp and Smart will win the Derby with 3 legs.
God. God.
That's Tulloch Stakes. That's usually your form reference each year, and it is a fucking terrible race.
What is going on?
What is fucking happening?
What's going on? Anything in this country right now that's racing from 2,000 metres onwards, if Anamo's not in the race,
Yeah.
it's just a lottery.
Yep.
It's a lottery.
Yep.
Anyway.
Older horses on the day. Bob Hoysted, Kalos, the gelded Kalos. You can't geld them twice. Get off and nail it with these ones.
I backed him last start.
Down the straight. I think that's about his grade. The bopper was good, not good enough.
Yeah. No, you're dead right. You're dead right.
The Roy Higgins. Now, they went out 17 lengths quicker than the standard to the 800 metres. And Goldman, he stepped up and he spat in their faces.
He did.
And he spat in ours.
Yeah, he did.
He kicked us in the face.
He did. Yeah, that was great. That was a fantastic win coming off a midweek bloody Canterbury or Warwick Farm meet or whatever it was. You're just getting tough on pace horses out of that stable, mate.
Yeah.
And usually when horses are good at leading and being tough and on pace, I like to back them.
Yep.
But what do you do with Solcombe?
No, he can go over the jumps or something. Nah, he just needs further. He needs a lot further.
He needs further, and he also needs someone to show some more initiative.
What can Dry do? He's clearly been given instructions to ride him cold. Well, he was in the freezer yesterday.
Gee, ride him cold. Don't want to go to bloody Antarctica, mate. Don't get that far south. Honestly. But that's all right. Another second to add to the books.
Yep. Stays all day, but fuck. The Neville Sellwood in Sydney. I liked Weta on the podcast, but the more I did the form for this race, I really liked Zyrek. So that's no help to you out there. But it filled my pockets temporarily. Man, he's been different horse this prep. He's been really solid.
He's been brilliant, yeah. And they're talking about it, Queen Elizabeth with him, yeah. He's not up to their standard,
No.
But no, that was a fantastic win.
Mm-hmm.
What ran into the placings in that race?
Weta finished 4th. If you bear with me, I'll be able to tell you.
So I can't remember what I backed in that race.
Sunshine Rising, Gear Up.
Oh. Anyway.
Yep, that's right. Star Kingdom. Now, we both landed on Cole Crusher, who finished 3rd. I thought we were both home at the 200.
I thought so too.
We were going to change our position on Joe.
No, he's still Jack, though.
He's still Jack.
Jack Pride. Oh, well, mate, that was a tough race.
It was.
Was $7 a field?
Yeah, and I think they end up coming for someone like Clemenceau, who...
Oh, if Clemenceau won, I would have been filthy.
Yeah, well, I was filthy about the next race because Roots just fucking popped their head up. Statement refused to make a statement.
Statement was on the bloody treadmill, mate. Statement just didn't kick away.
I saw some European analysts say that she needs wet ground, which it wasn't on.
Apparently Dubai Honour needed wet ground.
I know, but
so
Willie Haggis is different gravy to Joseph O'Brien in Australia.
Yeah, Willie Haggis he's got the big D energy, whereas Joseph's just a young man plying his trade.
Yep, big ridgeback nuts on him.
Yeah, long and saggy.
Emancipation, yep, Roots has touched on. And then the Doncaster Prelude, Bandersnatch, who's won once in about 50 starts, goes out and wins by 3.
It was a bloodbath, mate.
Well, Wall, my probably second best roughie of the weekend, runs second.
Fuck! Before the race. But I think it was either you or Bradley said to me, it's just like, you on Waterford? I was like, yeah, I'm going to back Waterford. And one of you two said to me, you know where he's going to sit in the race? I was like, dead last. He'll sit dead last. Oh, no.
And he continued that pattern.
Yeah.
He finished last.
He continued that pattern. He sat dead last, and he did make a hell of a lot of ground.
No. Well, look, that's probably our quickest review, but I feel like the thing is would I make any different decisions? Probably not.
No.
And the thing was as well, we had a lot of our picks ran so well.
Yeah, they did.
And they just didn't pass the post first.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
So what can you do?
Funnily enough, I was handed a Band-Aid from Ned's and stemmed the bleeding to some degree towards the end of the day, which was bizarre. But, it's just one of those forget days, and you move on and you hopefully find something next weekend.
Mate, next weekend, I don't possibly see how it goes wrong.
I fully anticipate that I'm not losing a single bet next weekend.
Yeah, 100%. Now, next Sunday morning will be interesting because it is your wedding day. So there'll either be another co-host or I'll come to you. We'll figure that out off camera. Yes. But we'll see you Wednesday.
May God bless you, drifters. See you then.